peeps? Happy Thursday. Hope you guys are having a really good day today. Let me see what's going on with this. Let's get this up a little louder. There we go. Can you guys hear me okay? Hopefully you can hear me okay here. I don't know why that went down. Sometimes I have to keep an eye. That must be a little better there. Okay. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. Hopefully you guys are having a great Thursday. Things have been pretty crazy here now with all the special stuff we've gotten, like the El Tesoro Knob Creek Rye Cask edition, the special limited edition that went out for the Tequila Barrel and Agave Collective. All those guys bought all of it, so that was great. we sold it out like in a second, and so we're now in the process of trying to get some more for the members so they can get theirs. So what else do we got? We just the Atanasio Orejones High Proof Blanco just went up on Ferment and Still. That's good. We still have the Carrera 54 High Proof, which is, in my opinion, the best High Proof Blanco on the market. That is still there, and then we're going to be running a special on that tomorrow. So you guys make sure you check your email about the special for that for the holidays. It's going to be we've been selling a lot of it, so we're getting to the point now where we're coming down to the end of it. And if you haven't gotten it yet, or if you got it and you loved it, tomorrow you're going to want to stock up. Could be and make sure you have it, because once this batch is done, there's no guarantee that future batches are going to be nearly as good as this is. They've been trying to duplicate it, but they haven't had very much luck in duplicating this batch. So it is something special. If you haven't tried it yet, check your email tomorrow if you're on the Ferment and Still email list. If you're in the collective, I'll post it up on the collective group and let you guys know about it. But it'll be your chance to get some really great high proof Blanco. So far, a lot of people that I've known that have tried it against the Volans and tried it against the Suerte Still Strength have all said that they still think that the Carrera 54 is better than those. There's been an influx of high proof Blancos, which I'll be doing some reviews of them. But so far, the feedback I've gotten from people that I know that have picked up the Carrera and then tried it against some of these new ones, they say they still hasn't had anything yet that comes close to the Carrera 54. So far as a lot of the aficionados that I deal with and I know have come back, it still reigns supreme, which is great. But I'd love to see one that comes close to it, if not beats it, because then that means the quality of the high proof Blancos is getting better, which that's what I like to see. So I did do a review of the G4 6-barrel Añejo. It had this astringency to it that really was off-putting to me, which really hurt my soul, because I love G4. I'm a huge fan of G4 and Felipe and Alan and I ended up calling the guys that I know that represent the brand here locally, and they said, hey, have you tried the 6-barrel yet? And like, no, yeah, we got some of our own bottles coming in that we'll try. Go try it and give me a call back. Watch my review and let me know if you feel the same thing. And they said, yeah, when Felipe goes off the rails and tries new things, they're normally pretty good. And so he said, so we're interested to see if it's as good in that what we get in the bottle as what we tried at the distillery. So they'll get back to me and let me know. But I'm going to revisit it too, because sometimes you can open something up and it's not good but after it has a chance to open up, it changes and it gets better. So I'm hoping that's the case with this, because I really do love G4, and I really wanted this to be a fantastic Añejo. But as it lies now, I tried drinking it again last night, and it's still like the astringency in there. And so I was trying to think of where in the process this astringency may come from. And I'm thinking it may come from the way they fermented it in the barrel, because, when you put something in a wooden barrel, when you do fermentation in a barrel, you're introducing some other things that can draw some of the tannins and some of the astringency and stuff out of the wood, maybe. In this case, there's CO2 gas that's created during fermentation. And normally you want to put a pressure lock or something on a barrel when you're fermenting in it. That way the CO2 and stuff gets out, but nothing bacteria-wise and stuff can get in. I'm not sure if they did that or not. Typically with beer, we do that to stop an infection. But with this, they put champagne yeast in it and let it go. So I don't know. I don't know if that ended up drawing some astringency and stuff out of the wood barrels for that, but it really had a really astringent, bitter note to it that that didn't sit well with me. So I'm always honest in my review. So I told you guys what I thought, although it really cut my soul because I love G4. I always have. So, that way you guys know I always give you my honest reviews. And so that one was rough for me to give you my true feelings on it. But I've always promised you guys that that's what I would do. And that's what I did. And I'm hoping it opens up a little more with a little oxygenation and stuff, and that it can get to the point where I can give it a thumbs up and say, yeah, just let it open it up and just let it breathe. So we'll see. I'll revisit it, and I'll post those revisits on Instagram. So if you're not already following me on Instagram, go ahead and follow me on Instagram, and you'll get the updates and stuff as I do them. All right, well, let's check in with our subscribers and see what's going on. We have the Hammer, Joseph Hammer. Hey, hola, bienvenido. Welcome, Joseph. Glad you can make it. We've got Anthony here. Hombre, what's up? Hey, what's up, Anthony? Glad you can make it. Bienvenido. Welcome. Hey, Jermaine. I always chat with Jermaine online. He always leaves comments on the videos and stuff. I always respond to him. Hey, Jermaine, what are you doing? How you doing? Glad you can make it. Bienvenido, welcome. We got East Coast LQ reviews. Hey, cheers to you too. Salute, amigo. Anthony, yeah, okay, good. You can hear me. I guess that's what was to that. Hola, hombre, and everyone. Hey, hola, Travis. Bienvenido, welcome. Glad you can make it. Boss, do you think the new Volin Still Strength should be a new brand because it does not use the same water as No, I don't think so. Brands can change what they do, and the mix, it doesn't necessarily mean it should be a new brand. With wine, if they fermented in a barrel, it brings out some almond type notes. Yeah, with this one, it wasn't almond. It wasn't almond at all. Champagne yeast is known to eat up nearly everything, leaves less flavor, right? Not necessarily true. I've fermented with champagne yeast and beers and stuff that I've done, as well as wines. And it doesn't necessarily eat everything up and not leave flavors. It is capable of going to higher alcohol levels, but it may eat up a little more residual sugars, but it still leaves flavor. I've had good luck with champagne yeast. Matter of fact, most of the tequilas out of 1414 use champagne yeast. So I don't think it's the yeast. I think it has to do with the wood or something. So. I love G4 Blanco, but the Madeira and 108 high proof weren't that great for me either. Yeah, well, I love the 108 high proof. It's great. It's really nice. The Madeira, the first batch of Madeira was my favorite. The second batch had a weird astringency to it. It was like a huge heavy on the anise note, the black licorice note, and I'm not a black licorice person. And the thing with black licorice, it's like you either hate it or you love it. And I'm in the lines of that. I really don't like it. If I get like Good and Plenty's, I always pick the black licorice flavor and stuff out, as well as like anything else that I get where it has like a black licorice flavored thing in it. I always pull those out and give them to someone else because I don't like it. So anise notes, I'm okay with it when it's blended in nicely and kind of balances things out. But when it's super heavy on the anise note, I'm not a fan of that. So do you think we should stock up on G4 before it becomes scarce like Fortaleza? No, I don't think you should stock up on G4. There'll be plenty of it. I think you should stock up on the Carrera 54 high proof because that's going to be gone soon and you won't be able to get that. And then people are going to be scammering for it and people will be selling bottles for $300-400 a piece because you won't be able to find it anymore. It's that exceptional. I would pick the Carrera 54 over Fortaleza any day of the week when it comes to high proofs and still strengths. it blows Fortaleza still strength out of the water. So I would stock up on the Carrera 54, but wait till tomorrow when we post the special for it, and then stock up, because it's going to be gone here. We're probably most likely before the end of the year, around Christmas time, it should be done. So Feliz Dia de los Muertos, hombre. Feliz Dia de los Muertos to you too, Iamden. Bienvenido, welcome, glad you can make it. Tater Dom, how you doing, Tater Dom? Cheers to you too as well. Salute, amigo. I'm good, hombre, getting ready to get off work to go home to sip on my El Tesoro French Oak number 5 week project. Hope all is well with you. I hope all is well with you too, Jermaine, and I hope your aging project turns out great. Mine, I gotta pull the stave out of the Alvello that I did with the Chardonnay stave, the second use stave that I used to age the Chardonnay. That one, we're looking at it, I think 6 weeks now in the bottle, and so I'm ready to pull it. I just looked at it and it looks amazing. It looks really good. I should have brought the bottle up to show you guys what it looks like. It looks fantastic. But I'll post a picture up on Instagram, so make sure you follow me on Instagram if you want to see what that looks like. Is the Volan's high strength a limited? No, it's not. They're going to keep making it and stuff. It's just the first batch is out. It's not going to be a limited run. The Carrera 54 is a limited run. It's this one batch is basically, like, I think the best batch that they're probably ever going to do, and they're probably just going to leave it at that. I know they've been trying to duplicate it, but they have had zero luck. So just finished the Santo Fino Blanco. Not bad. Yeah, it's not bad at all. Not bad. Have you tried the Carrera regular Carrera 80 proof or 80 proof Blanco? You should try that. Don't be afraid, you guys, to jump on this Carrera stuff and try it. I'm not just talking about it because I have some affiliation and stuff with it. It's really good. And so if you're spending money on stuff like Santo Fino, try this stuff. It'll blow you away. It's really great. I know a lot of people are afraid because they think I'm just selling it. I'm pushing it because I'm selling it, and it's not true. It really is a fantastic high proof. And I want as many people as possible to get it, to try it, to see what a really good agave rich, amazing high proof Blanco tastes like. So, but I want to make sure as many people get it before it's gone, because I know some people are going to be grabbing theirs and filling up their inventory. So, and then they'll be going, I never had a chance to try it. I'm like, well, it was there for like months. So it is sold exclusively on Ferment and Still for the high proof, the 54. So just go to fermentandstill.com. But wait till tomorrow because we're going to do a deal where you get free shipping. All right, I let it out. You want free shipping for your stuff, and you don't have to pay for shipping, then we're going to do a deal with the Carrera 54 tomorrow. Starts tomorrow for free shipping. So you'll be able to get it and not have to worry about any additional costs for shipping. So you finished your 54 last week. Definitely be ordering more tomorrow. Okay, awesome. Great. Yeah, no, you got to stock up on it. I'm ordering another case tomorrow because I buy all of my stuff from Ferment and Still. I literally do. I can show you guys my purchase history there. I have like 184 orders that I've placed through Ferment and Still. And my wife will look at my transaction. She's like, why? What? For business, honey. We can write it up on the taxes. It's business. But yeah, I'm going to place an order for another case because I am down to my last 3 bottles. I've gone through 3 cases of it so far. That's how much of it I drink. I love it. And it's addicting for me. I keep going back and wanting more. And if you're looking for gifts for friends, if you have friends that are just getting into tequila or are bourbon drinkers and stuff, but want to get into it, makes a great gift for the holidays. And it's inexpensive compared to some of the other high proofs that are coming out now. They're $90, $100. This is $61.99. It's cheap. It's cheap for the quality that you get. It's ridiculously cheap. It's a great buy. So So it's great. What's this? Finished by 54. I'm loading it for sure. I'll be loading it for sure. I've been dreading the day when it's no longer. I think a lot of us are. Not a negative comment, just never seen someone on a well, when you like something as much as I do, is you like something that is good as this, right? I've got thousands of bottles back here, right? And you try them all and you look at them, it's like a bourbon. You try, okay, it tastes like a typical bourbon, or tastes like a typical whiskey that you're used to. But then you try something that is so good and so above and beyond, and you like want to keep just reminding people that this is out there and this is so good, above all the hype from the other stuff that everyone's just all jacked on, that doesn't deserve the recognition that something like this does. Then you get excited about it and you tell people about it. And I've got the avenue to tell a lot of people about it. And I want to remind people, so it's always in the forefront and in the front of their minds, because we're not running ad campaigns. You're not getting ads run on Facebook or on Instagram where we're promoting this. You don't see that. So it's just me. It's just me. This is a small brand. This is the Camarenas. You're not seeing heavy, heavy advertising commercials. We don't pay. No one pays influencers like some of these other brands do, where they talk about the brands all the time because they have large audiences and people pay them. They don't do that. They don't do that. I don't get paid for this. I just love the family behind it, the people behind it, and love the brand. And so I talk a lot about it, especially when it's going to be gone here soon. And I want to make sure everybody that gets a chance to try it, tries it. And I don't get, well, I never got a chance to try it, because then people are stuck and it's like, I tried to tell you. So yeah, I'm going hard on it because I think, and so far, the response that I'm getting from people that have tried it come back and they go, yeah, this deserves this. Yeah, this is great. It's amazing stuff. It's one of my favorite high proof blancos. And for me, I get great pleasure when somebody comes back to me after trying it and says, yeah, that is phenomenal. That's one of my favorite high proof blancos now. Because not only did I give them something new to experience, but I also helped the brand, which is the Camarena family, which I love the Camarena family. So, okay, so that's La Formula. That's the reason why I go hard on it. So yeah, it is good. It's very good. It's awesome. I got, like I said, I polished off 3 cases. Hombre, hola. Do you know if G4 are releasing regular añejo anytime? No, not anytime soon. I think they're expecting it next year. They're going to do an extra añejo next year. So we'll see that. They've been waiting on the extra añejo, and they have a special release 7-year extra añejo that's supposed to be coming out next year too. But they don't have añejo right now, as far as I know. This is like the only añejo that they have now. And they want to make sure, too, that people understand that this isn't the regular añejo. This is a special release. The regular añejo is like just like the regular añejo. It's, in Dickel barrels. And we should see, hopefully, we'll see some next year with the extra añejo. But I do know they're coming out with a 7-year. I was just talking to them about that yesterday. And it's going to be in a wooden box, but they're working on making sure that the wooden box doesn't make the price $299 for it, but I'm not sure what the 7 year is going to go for. I'm sure it's not going to be cheap. It's probably going to be up there in cost, just because it's a 7-year extra añejo. So I'm assuming it's probably going to be close to $500 if I had to guess, but we'll see. Hopefully not. Hopefully it's a little less than that, but we'll see, because it's a 7 years. So 7 years in a barrel, that's a long time. Should be good. Any idea when Puntas will arrive? I don't know. I keep talking to them and they keep saying, well, it's supposed to be here this month, but with stuff like this, you never know, because it gets delayed at the border, or it's, they didn't get the truck to pick it up for the distributor. So from what I understand from the brand, it's supposed to be available. It's already, I think it's showing up on the East Coast right now, but it's supposed to be here in California sometime probably mid to late November. So my guess is I think we'll be lucky if we see it by December, just from the way things go normally. Hola, hombre. Any suggestions for must-dos or must-buys? We are going to Jalisco, Mexico next. To tour distilleries and shops. Just to pick up the Reserva de Gonzales while you're there. You can't find that in the U.S. El Bujo normally carries it, and if not, what is it? Vino y Licores. You can Vinos de Americas, I think is what it is. That has the Reserva de Gonzales. That's a nice tequila. I love it. So I recommend picking that up. And then also some what is it? Sangre Alteña. Sangre Alteña is you can buy bottles of it for cheap in Mexico. It's so good. We bought the remaining stock of what they had here in the U.S. and we sold through it already. It was but it's a great budget sipper. Amazing stuff. Hey, I get it, hombre. If I like a certain tequila, I'm telling all my bros because I know that they will enjoy it. Exactly. That's exactly what it's like. And people like, it's funny because it's happens with a bunch of things. It's not just tequila for me. When I get excited about something, I've got a big mouth. I tell everybody about it. If I get good service at the tire center here, I'm telling everybody, oh man, you need new tires soon? You got to go check these guys over here at Tire Center Pros or whatever. They did such a great job for me. The service was great. I didn't have to sit. They drove me to my house. They took care of everything. And they even said that the wiper fluid, and they changed it for free. And I talk about a lot of things because I believe that that helping out things that offer a good quality product, a good quality service is good because it keeps them in business, keeps them around, and it allows them to thrive. So they'll be there when I need them in the future. So I'm really big about spreading the word and telling things about things. So it's really good. Any upcoming stuff? I don't know. I don't talk to Cascanes. They won't send me anything. So I don't know. Yeah, you can ask them. I haven't talked to Cascanes in a while. Where do we buy Carrera 50? Buy Carrera 54 at fermentandstill.com. But wait till tomorrow because they're going to run a special tomorrow. So wait till tomorrow. If you buy 2 bottles, your shipping is free. So then you can add other stuff on there, and you don't have to worry about paying any shipping. Instead, you get the $14.99 off. So you want to buy a case? Buy a case. You still get the $15 off, so you won't have to worry about paying for shipping at all. I'm ordering a case tomorrow. So and then we got some other stuff that came in. The Origen, the Atanasio came in today. I'm supposed to be getting samples from them tomorrow, so I'll get that scheduled for review to do the review of the Atanasio line. So look for that too. So I'll do the review of the Origen. I've got the Volans High Proof. I got the Pasote High Proof that I'm still going to review. I've got the Suerte Still Strength should be coming in hopefully before the end of this week for Ferment and Still, so we'll have that as well. Hopefully we'll have it tomorrow. And then if you buy your 2 bottles of Carrera, you can buy the Suerte Still Strength, and basically the shipping's for free. So but it's gonna be a good deal, and it's gonna be gone, so don't miss out on the Carrera 54 because we're wrapping that up now. So my neighbors and I will be chipping in to purchase Tears of Llorona for friends. Giving any thoughts? Yeah, I'd rather buy other things. Tears is okay. I'm not a huge fan of it. It's a good extra añejo, but for me, I love agave, so I have other extra añejos I'd rather drink. Tears of Llorona is top tier, top 5 all time, in my opinion. Okay, well, you like it. It's not top 5 for me. I have other extra añejos that I like more. I'd rather spend my money on. And one of them is the Tapatio Excelencia. I prefer that over Tears. But Tears is good. I just prefer other extra añejos. The G4 5-year, I'd take that over Tears any day. What other extra añejos are really good that I like? Raysol. I'll take Raysol over Tears of Llorona any old day. The Raysol 10th anniversary. Even the 123 Diablito, I love that. I'll take that over Tierra Llorona. Tierra Llorona is great if you like liquor in your tequila, but I'd rather have just more agave flavor and less of the scotch and brandy and sherry notes. I like the cooked agave notes, and I don't find cooked agave in Tears. It's all like some of the other stuff. So if you want to have a bunch of different liquors in your tequila, that's a great one to get. But if you want to look for cooked agave, Tapatio Excelencia is an amazing one. Top tier in my opinion. Some other extra añejos that are good. I'm just trying to think. El Tesoro Extra Añejo is a really good one. Paradiso from El Tesoro is a great one. What are some other good XA? You want some special stuff? Get that San Matias blended añejo. That stuff's fantastic. So there's some good stuff. What is that? G4 Extra Añejo and El Tesoro Extra Añejo are great. Yeah, they're amazing. They're amazing Extra Añejos. And they're very reasonably priced. Okay, let me see. Manny Rodriguez says, Hombre, let me ask you a question. San Matias Reserva, do the Ray Salt taste like it, or is it different or similar? I want to purchase it, but money. No, it's different than the San Matias Reserva. The Ray Salt is a lot more complex than the San Matias is. San Matias, it's a great budget extra añejo. It's great for serving something where you don't want to spend you want to give it to friends and stuff and want to sip it and not worry about polishing off a $200+ bottle of tequila. The San Matias is great for that. But when you want an experience and you want to sit and you want to enjoy something and just really experience a bunch of different nuances of flavor and just delightful experience. And then the one thing I really like about Ray Salt is when you open it and you try it, it's really good, okay? And then let it sit in the bottle, and you come back, let's say like a week later, it's going to be different, which is cool. And then you let it sit so long, and it changes again, and it's going to be different again, and it keeps getting better and better and better the longer it sits in the bottle. You'll even notice when you open up the first touch of Ray Salt, and you pour it into your glass, and you take your first sip, if you just sit it there and just kind of sip it slowly and enjoy it, the flavor will actually change in the glass while you're sipping it, and it gets better and better and better. I do my Ray Salt voice, but it's not working right now. I need to get reprogrammed. Hold on, let me see.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, that's it. I got my Ray Salt, baby. It makes me want to sing. If you haven't tried Ray Salt, it is super special, baby. It's like cool jazz on a summer night. It just sings to me. Oh, yeah, baby. So grab your Ray Salt and get your thing on. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, yeah, baby.
It's like cool jazz. It really is. It's so good. So that's my Ray Salt voice. Let me ask. Okay. What do you like better, G4 Blanco or G4 Blanco's better than Cascanas? I'll take G4 Blanco any day. Speaking of XA, your Ray Salt video, I was watching it earlier. That voice had me. There you go. There's the voice. Yeah, it's my Ray Salt voice. I love Ray Salt. It's funny. I've fell in love with Ray Salt like 5 years ago, and I always keep. You can see right here on my shelf. You can see a bottle of it right here, right there, right here, right there. And then I've got like back here, I got the 10-year. Where is it? Is it up there still? Oh, I took it down. No, it's right here behind the glasses. It's behind these glasses right here. There's a 10-year, 20th anniversary Ray Salt right there. I've got like 3 cases of the 10-year here, and I always keep Ray Salt handy because I love it. And my wife loves the bottles because it's done by a Mexican artist, Sergio Bustamante. And so my wife, whenever we go to Mexico, we always have to stop at the Sergio Bustamante store. And I always get her jewelry and stuff that Sergio designs. And it's a work of art, the bottle. And so she actually says, hey, when I finish the bottle, give it to her, and so she's actually got them up down on our bookshelves and stuff downstairs, and they're beautiful. So it's one of the exceptions to the rule of normally a pretty bottle means a trashy tequila. Theirs, it's a different thing. So where was it? Travis says, love that race solve. A lot of people love that. I love it too. So what are your expectations on the Vola and Still? I don't have any expectations. I go in with no expectations. So I'll give it a whirl and see what I think, and I'll do a review on it. So it is sold. What's sold? The race all sold. I got the new Lagrimas de Valle for $45. Think it's a good value and a good tequila. Okay, good. I'm not a big fan of it, so I didn't like the new one. I thought it was not great. So I'm aging mine. Mine's got a stave in it. There's it right here. I put an aging stave in it. I'm going to turn it into probably an añejo. So with a Beyond Barrel aging stave, this is a French oak. This is a previously used French oak stave, so it's a second use for it. But it should make it really enjoyable for me. I didn't like the Lagrimas. I was disappointed. But hey, some people like it, and that's all on them. That's good. Hey, Archie! Bienvenido, welcome, Archie. Archie was on my High Proof Blanco challenge last Friday. I think we had a great time. That was a lot of fun. Did you enjoy that, Arch? It's a lot of fun. Talking about that, we're going to be doing a week from tomorrow. We're going to be doing a blind challenge here on YouTube, where Curiosity Public is going to be taking my challenge, and we're going to be doing añejos with them. So you guys want to make sure you put on your calendar next Friday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time that you join me here on YouTube. I'll put a thumbnail up and stuff for it to advertise it. But it should be a lot of fun with those guys. Going to do a blind añejo challenge and see what they like, what ends up coming up ahead out of the añejos that I'm sending them. So it should be a lot of fun. And then tomorrow on Instagram, I'm going to be doing a live with a mezcal brand. It's Fuego y Humo. I'm going to have them on, and we're going to talk about their three expressions that they have out. They have an espadín, they have a tepestate, and they have a tobala mezcal. I really love the tobala. I haven't tried the espadín and the tepestate yet. But I did sample the tepestate when I was at a store with a friend of mine, and I didn't like it as much as the tobala. But they're going to be with me on Instagram tomorrow night. So make sure you tune in for that on Instagram and watch, and you can learn about what it's like to have a mezcal brand and learn a little bit about the production and stuff for the Fuego y Humo brand. So it should be really good. What is this? Do you want any Bitcoin? No, I don't want any Bitcoin. I don't want any Bitcoin. What is it asking me about Bitcoin? Do you know why Siete Leguas became most popular additive-free tequila? I see it everywhere. No, it's always it hasn't become the most popular additive-free tequila. It's always been popular. It's you see it everywhere because it's distributed by Sazerac, and so wherever they sell Sazerac stuff, most likely they got Siete Leguas in there. So Sazerac imports it and stuff, so that's why you see it everywhere. The Curiosity dudes are they're going to be a lot of fun. We'll have a good time. I'm really looking forward to it. I've been talking with Dutch and setting everything up, so we're gonna have all three of them join us. But they're going to be together, and so it'll just be me and on one screen and another screen with the three of them, and then we're going to do this. We just sent the samples off to them, so it'll be a week from tomorrow at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Archie said, definitely did. I learned a lot about my own palate. What a great time. Okay, good. I had a great time, too. It was a lot of fun. And there was a little bit of good-natured ribbing, so, but that was a lot of fun. Well, that's awesome. Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. So hopefully we'll see you guys there. I am thinking of getting Don Felix Plata. What do you think? What do you think is this Blanco? I like Don Felix. Haven't had the Blanco. I like the Añejo. I have several bottles of the Añejo. I haven't. I did try. I tried the Blanco and the Repo when I was working an event with an old friend of mine who's no longer with us. Unfortunately, he passed away during COVID. But his name's Alfredo Agama. He introduced me to the Blanco and the Repo, and it was really good. But I prefer the Añejo from the line, so I really love the Don Felix Añejo. And it used to be really decent price, but I haven't purchased it in a while, so I don't know what price it's at now. How about the Repo Lagrimas? I haven't had the Repo yet, so I can't comment on that. But some of the people that I talked to said they weren't impressed with the Repo, so I don't know. I will have to wait to develop my own opinion on when I try it, but I haven't had any yet, so I can't really make any comment on it. How much does G4 Madeira Lot 2 cost? I don't know. If you can find it, I don't know what it's going for now. I think we sold it on Ferment and Still for $54, I think. I think it was 54. I'm trying to remember. I think it was 50 something dollars. I don't remember off the top of my head. It was very reasonably priced. But we're out of stock on it. We don't have any more, and we can't get any more either. So I don't know. You'll have to just search online and see what people are selling it for. You know, it costs whatever you want to pay for is what it costs, because it can get really expensive if you jump in on some of these stores that jack the prices up and stuff. So you guys, if you like the information I'm sharing with you, make sure you click that thumbs up and give me a like. We got 32 people on here and only 12 likes. Come on. There's 20 of you that need to click that thumbs up button. So let's, how about you do that here real quick, and let's get those like numbers up. As I am spending my time here talking to you guys, we're having a good time, I think, so far, right? Should we add a little music? Will that increase the likes? There we go, a little music in there. Oh, you bought the Madeira for $100? Oof. Yeah, I don't think we were that much. Let me see. Let me see if I can find out what the Madeira was. Hold on. What we sold the Madeira for. Let me look. I think it was less. I can't look right. I'll look later, but I'm sure it was like 50 something bucks. I think it was very reasonable. Let me see this kind of message. All right, never mind. Okay, I'm always constantly getting messages from people, but that's something I'll deal with when I'm done here. G4 Madeira or Ocho Puntas? I don't know. I haven't had the Ocho Puntas yet. I wasn't a big fan of the G4 Madeira. The new load. I like the first one better, but I haven't had the new Ocho Puntas yet. So we'll have to see when it comes out. I'll definitely do a review of it. Happy Thursday, everyone. I'm sipping some Fortaleza Reposado right now. You got my like already for sure. Appreciate what you do. Well, thank you, B. I appreciate you being happy and joining us today. And buzzing around here, listening to some tequila stuff. So let me see. Some other things I want to talk about? Some other things that have come up. Let me see. We're going to do some more budget brand stuff. I got some more videos on the budget brand series that we're going to do. Let you guys in on some budget stuff that I like that's available that you probably don't know about. I did the G4 Madeira Dia de los Muertos version. I did the Reposado. I did a review on that. That was good. I just, I think I sat and I talked to G4 on the phone yesterday, and I said to the guys, I was like, hey, one of the things you should think about doing if you're going to do this again, and Felipe wants to do the box, is separate the box from the tequila, and then carry the box in your store, and just sell the tequila on its own. And that way people can collect all the boxes. They can get all 3 medallions if they want. They can, and then they can put whatever bottle they want in them instead of just limiting it to a very limited bottle like the G4 Madeira Repo. So they like the idea. So they're going to talk about it, and hopefully maybe we'll see that for the next run of the Repo, instead of putting it in a box that increases the marginal cost through each level of margin addition to the point where it makes it a $300 bottle. Instead, we get it as a $65 bottle, and if we want to buy the boxes for our bars, we can buy those at a different cost through the G4 store and have them just ship that to us separate. So they like the idea, so we'll see if it happens. Hopefully all of them agree on it and like it. So La Formula Bourbon says, what's the 3-bottle releasing soon that you're looking forward to? 3 bottles released. The 7-year Extra Neo from G4 is definitely one I'm looking forward to. I think that's it right now. I have the Volan Still Strength. That one was kind of interesting to me. I want to see what they did with that. I have the Suerte should be coming in here soon, maybe next week. The Suerte Still Strength. So that one, but I wasn't really looking forward to that. I was just getting like, okay, try it. The G4 Knob, or the El Tesoro Knob Creek, I already purchased it because we got it on Ferment and Still for the collective. So I'm anxiously waiting for that to come in because I love El Tesoro. It's one of my top brands. So I'm looking forward to the Knob Creek cask edition of the El Tesoro Mundial collection. So that one I'm looking forward to. The Puntas I'm looking forward to, of course. The Ocho Puntas, that one's one that I'm looking forward to. And just it's going to be a waiting game as to when it gets here. I think last year it's like all the other states got it first, and California was like one of the last. We ended up getting it like 4 months after everybody else did. So don't get too excited about it. You just be patient. It'll show up, and when it does, I'll let everybody know about it. So those are probably the ones that I'm looking forward to. So. Does the Fortaleza Winter Blend come out in winter, or is the winter in the name for another reason? No, it comes out normally November, December is when we'll see that come out. I'm not a huge fan of the whole winter blend fiasco where they jack up the prices on stuff and make it ridiculous. I wish Fortaleza would stop with the winter blends and just worry about cranking out their standard product so there's inventory and there's not really crazy prices. So that's what I personally would prefer. The first winter blend for me was the best, I think, and that was $89 a bottle, which I thought was reasonable. But that was the start of the whole fiasco, because basically you used to buy it for the price of the Añejo, which was $89. There was always lots of Fortaleza on the shelf. You never had a hard time finding it. But it was $89. And then what happened is they said, well, there's only a limited amount of this. There's only so many bottles. So then a lot of the grain market sellers were buying up the cases of it and hoarding it and then selling it for $300, $400 to people that were just being driven crazy by FOMO. And all the retailers were in all the Facebook groups and on Instagram and stuff, seeing all these people selling all this stuff, going, well, if they're going to be selling it for these jacked up prices, why shouldn't we do it? Why should they be able to buy it from us at what equals out to a retail price where they're making more money reselling it than we made off the initial bottle, selling the initial bottle in the first place? So they said, hey, we're not going to do that anymore. It's a rare stuff. People are willing to pay a high price for it. we're going to jack the prices up. And that's what started the whole winter blend fiasco now. And so now there's some really crazy, ridiculous prices, but you can't blame them for charging it, because if people are willing to pay it, you might as well make the money instead of somebody that's not even a licensed retailer that has to pay for a liquor license selling it and making more money than you are. So I understand why they do it. I know it's early in Cali, but what are you sipping on today, hombre? Water. Agua frio. Cold water. I will be sipping on something later, and most likely it's going to be the Carrera 54, because that's what I drink most of the time. The high proof Blanco. I believe G4 is releasing the regular Blanco with Madeira blend. Is this right or no? No, they're not. They have the regular Blanco already out. You can buy the regular Blanco. They brought plenty of it in. What they're doing is they're in the process of restocking. So you'll see all the regular expressions being restocked. So they're starting with the Blanco now, and then you'll see shipments of the Repo coming in, and they'll be restocking Repo over the place. They'll bring major pallets in. Felipe's had some time to kind of get things caught up, and so you'll see more of the regular expressions coming in. The Añejo will be probably in next year. The extra Añejo they're expecting next year. So you'll see more G4 stuff coming back into stock. It's just during COVID and during the shortage because of COVID, where they couldn't get bottles and stuff, production slowed down. So they're just trying to catch up now. And then he was trying to catch up as well as take care of the other brands that are out, the Volans and the Primo and stuff. But now he's focusing mostly on G4. So you'll see a restocking of all the G4 stuff. There's the regular Blancos here now. It's they have it in inventory at Ferment and Still right now. If you want to buy it, you can buy it there. You think Guillermo will ever sell? No, I don't think he'll ever sell Fortaleza. No, Fortaleza's done a great job with the marketing. You got to like that they created this demand for their product and kept the supply short on purpose, right? It's like, oh, you can never find their Añejo and their Blanco, and they're like, yeah, we can't produce fast enough to fill the demand. But yet they come out with a winter blend special edition or a Lot 150 where they did this special batch. It's like, well, why don't you stop with the special batches and just make your regular stuff and get it on the shelf so people can buy it? It's because instead it creates hype. It creates all kinds of buzz, and people get FOMO and they go crazy and they want to spend lots of money. And when a retailer knows they can make more than 30% margin on a product, they're going to buy it up as well, because, hey, I get this stuff I make like 60% margins on, 80% margins. Why would I want to sell anything else? I need the Fortaleza. And so all the shops are buying it now because they can get jacked up prices for it, and everyone's going crazy over it. And I don't even think it's that good. It's not. There's other tequilas I prefer more. So, like I said, the Carrera 54, I'll take over the Fortaleza Soul Strength any day of the week. All right, sorry, I'm getting off my soapbox. Hello, my friend. Sorry, coming in late. When can us members expect Tequila Ocho Puntas? I don't know yet. I don't know. I just answered that question. I don't know. When I find out when Ocho Puntas is coming, I will post it on the Discord, Steve. So just keep watching Discord. When I know something, every time I get information, immediately after I get it, I post it in the Discord. So if you don't see it in the Discord, it means I don't have anything for you. When I get it, I'll post it on the Discord, okay? So just watch. I'm in contact with the brand. I'm not holding any secrets from anybody. As soon as I know, I will let you guys know. And when I know, too, for those of you that watch here on the Q&As, as soon as I find something out during the week, I'll let you guys know on the Q&As, too, and tell you when things are coming, all right? I don't hold secrets. I love sharing information with you guys. So as soon as I know, I'll let you know, okay? But right now, even the brand was like, I've seen the PO, but it hasn't been picked up yet. We're hoping maybe late November, December, maybe sometime. It's just a guess. So I'm sure when he knows something, he'll let me know. Over here in Germany, Fortaleza is easy to obtain, whereas many other great brands are not available at all. Yeah, I understand that. Now, also, I found this out last week too. If there's anybody in England, in the UK, you can now order from Ferment and Still. Ferment and Still now ships to the UK. So anybody in England that may be watching this, in Europe, that wants to order stuff and have it sent to the UK, you can order now off of Ferment and Still, and you can have your order shipped to the UK. So it's not super expensive, $24.99 for an order shipped from the US to the UK, and you can pick on any of the tequilas on the store, and you can order them there. And they're Ferment and Still has gone international, and we're loving it. So we've already had a couple orders from the UK come in. So anything that we get, you can pick up, even if it's not available in the UK normally at the stores. So, hey, Steve-O! Bienvenido, welcome, hola, ¿cómo está? But is the juice better in the winter blend or in the regular better? I can't believe people want it just because it's more expensive. Yeah, no, the juice is normal in the regular stuff. They just do special barrels. We just we took a wild turkey barrel and blended it with a beer barrel, and they mix the barrels up, and that's what the winter blend's all about. It's the same juice. And for me, the 2019 was the best one. The 2020 didn't like that much. 2021 I didn't like that. 2022 I didn't like that much. So we'll see what they come out with 2023. The 2022 I think was the Madeira, right? The Madeira wine, and I was like, it's not great. I mean, and it's like the price that we paid for it was like $300 or something like that, and I was like, this is not something I'm happy about spending the money on. It really wasn't. So I probably won't be partaking in the new winter blend this year unless somebody sends me a bottle or I can get it for a fairly decent price. I'll leave it. And so I'm just being honest. I think it's a bunch of hype. Fortaleza is a bunch of hype. And it's great for them. It's amazing marketing. They're like a study in marketing, because they created this demand and they kept supply down, right? Economics 101, it's supply and demand to determine cost. If there's a lot of supply and the demand's, being filled by the supply, then it keeps the price down. But if you limit the supply and make the supply far less than what the demand is, then it causes the prices to go up, because people are willing to pay more to get access to it, because they have FOMO and they don't want to miss out, and everyone's talking about it. They want to be able to post a picture of Fortaleza and Añejo on social media so they can get a bunch of people to click the like button or comment saying, wow, you got that, you're awesome, blah, blah. And it makes them feel good about themselves, even though the juice inside it's okay, it's good, it's not great, it's not mind-blowing, it's not life-changing. There's other tequilas I'd rather drink that I prefer more. And so I'd rather go and spend the money for the other brands that make their bottles more readily available, and purchase those, like El Luchador, which is fantastic, 123 Organic, which is great, Ocho, which is back here on that part of the shelf, Caballito Sorrero, which is right there. You got Carrera, Añejo, and Repo there. The Carrera 54 still strength here. We got Corrido, which is back here. Batch Nueve Uno, Añejo Deep, which is up here. I'd rather buy those over the Fortaleza any day. Even the Galindo. This Galindo Añejo is really good. That's the Galindo Blanco. The Criollo from Calle 23 is good. I got Tau Tequila up here. And then I've got my Fortaleza bottles, but I don't drink them. They just sit there because I'd rather drink other stuff. That's old Pasote bottles right there. They're great. We got Siete Leguas. That's the Siete Leguas Tecadas there. These are Cascanes, the old Cascanes, because they don't send me the new stuff, so I don't have any of the new Cascanes. I think they're afraid I'm going to say that it's not good. They don't send it to me. I don't know. The one with unicorn tears is there you go. Unicorn tears are something even more rare than that, like leprechaun hairs in it or something. It's like, okay. Hey, I saw your review on G4 Añejo. Is it the taste or just felt like it wasn't just felt like down from others? I just got online, so I missed the discussion earlier. If you said, yeah, no, it was the taste. It had this astringent bitterness to it that didn't sit right with me, and it kind of mixed with a salinity, a saltiness that I was like, okay, this is not what I look for in a good añejo. So it was something that I wasn't necessarily prepared for, it wasn't expecting, and it wasn't something I enjoyed. So I'm gonna give it some time and see if it opens up and changes, just because I love the brand so much. I normally love everything G4 does, but this one was not. It was just off-putting. So, but look for the follow-ups on that on Instagram, and I'll let you guys know if it changes, if there's something I think better on it. Hola Hombre, does tequila have style guidelines like in homebrew? If so, are there competitions and judging opportunity? No, there's no style guidelines. Not like judging. Not like beer. For those of you that don't know what Wesley's talking about, when you homebrew beer and you go for a style in a competition, it has certain things that you look for, certain guidelines based on the BJCP, which is the Beer Judge Certification Program. I was a certified beer judge through the BJCP, but they have certain guidelines that you're to look for when tasting certain kind of styles of beer, like an American lager or a Belgian Pilsner or a pale ale or an Indian pale ale. They all have different guidelines on what you should expect to see in that particular guideline. So then you just can't make a beer and call it whatever you want. It has to fit within the guidelines. So for example, I won a national gold medal for mine, and mine was under a category called vegetable and spiced beers. So I won for a pumpkin spiced saison. So the category that I was in was kind of different, because the only catch to it was it had to include either like a vegetable or spiced elements in the beer. And so I ended up covering both of them by using pumpkin in my mash, and then using cinnamon, nutmegs, and cloves in the boil to add, making like a Christmas holiday beer. And it turned out amazing. I won first place gold medal for it in the national competition in 2009. So I'm a national champion homebrewer. I've won a lot of first place medals and ribbons for my beers because I studied fermentation and really paid attention to the different aspects of it. But in tequila, there isn't a guideline other than what the norma states for the rules for making tequila, where it has to be produced in Jalisco or foreign municipalities outside of Jalisco. It has to be made with Weber Blue Agave, and that pretty much sums it up. I mean, and it has to be for the United States a minimum of 40% alcohol by volume, in Mexico 35%, and cannot be any higher than 110 proof, 55% by volume. So those are the only rules there are. So there aren't any guidelines as to what to look for. Now, one of the things I really kind of get a kick out of, and I'm glad you brought this up, Wesley, because this is kind of an interesting topic to talk about, is the añejo, repo, añejo, and extra añejo. There is no guidelines as to what represents what a añejo, a repo, or an extra añejo flavor profile is like. So it just, all it basically does is it's time, right? So a Blanco can sit in a barrel. You can put it in a barrel for up to 2 months. So if you go a month and 3 weeks, you can still call it a Blanco. But the second it hits 2 months, then it becomes a repo, right? So a repo is from 2 months to 11 months and 3 weeks, up to a year, or right before a year. That's a repo. Okay, so that's the time in the barrel. So I can put a tequila in a repo barrel, that's like depleted of anything. It's just completely sucked out of anything that would add to the wood, to the tequila, and age it for a year, or for up to a year, before a year, and call it a repo, and you can drink it and it could taste just like a Blanco, and you'd be like, okay. I could put it in a new wood barrel, and it could be deep and rich, and even like more rich and deeper than some añejos are. And then people will go, well, this tastes more like an añejo. And it's like, well, no, it doesn't, because añejo doesn't have a described flavor profile to it. It's just amount of time. It's about a time in a barrel, amount of time, in the wood. So to say something tastes like an extra añejo or tastes like an añejo, I would probably save the phrase to say it tastes more like what I normally experience in an extra añejo or in an añejo, because all those terms really mean is time in a barrel. All right, and so for me, it could be different depending on the wood used, depending on how much the barrel's been used, as to what kind of flavor experience you're going to get. So for somebody to go, I don't like reposados, it's like, how do you know? Have you tried all of them? No, but I tried a couple and I just realized maybe they're not for me. Well, maybe those brands aren't, but I can put you on a reposado that tastes more like an añejo. One of those would be like the number 2 reposado. There's añejos that are as rich and complex and deep wood as the number 2 organic reposado is. It's just that was in a newer oak barrel. The 1, 2, 3s, the 2 and the 3, those are all new oak barrels, new American oak barrels. They're brand new, and they're toasted instead of charred. There wasn't previous bourbon in them, so you're getting a new wood experience there. Where if I used Dickel barrels like G4 does, you look at G4 and how light their tequila is. It's because these barrels were heavily used, so there wasn't a lot of char left in them. He doesn't re-char, so the color is very light on them. People go, that doesn't look like a repo. But if you look at the extra añejo, right? So this is the repo. That's all the color they got out of it for the repo, right? And let me show you the extra añejo, okay? Here, look. All right, so that's the regular añejo. So this is the añejo, right? It's still light, right? It's still light. It's not as dark as some other repos are. It's very light because there's not a lot left in the barrel, color-wise, because it's like a 25-year-old Dickel. So if you look at the difference between the two of these, right, it's not that big of a difference. A little bit of a difference, not big. So this is 5 year. This is the 5 year extra añejo. See, it's 5 years. See if I get this there. See, 5 years. This is the 5 year extra añejo. This is the 36-month extra añejo. But see, the color's like light because these are heavily used barrels. There's not a whole lot of color left in them because it went in the old Dickel, the 25-year-old Dickel. It took a lot of the the color out. So the color, the elements that you're going to get are depending on what's left in the barrel. So the term repo, añejo, extra añejo are all just time terms. That just means time. It doesn't mean that it's going to have a certain flavor profile and that it needs to match a certain flavor profile. It's just time. Just how much time it's spent in a barrel. And so the barrel is going to have a big impact on what the look's going to be like, what the flavor's going to be like, and it's if they're using previously used bourbon barrels or cognac barrels, it's how that barrel was used, how long it had the previous stuff in it. Was it used for something else before then? Sometimes some cognac barrels start out as a bourbon barrel, and then they send it and they do something else in it. I don't know, some other liquor. And then it comes back to the U.S. and they put tequila in it. And so it all matters on how much it was used before and how much of the elements and stuff were depleted out of the barrel. So it's just time. So don't expect a certain flavor profile because you got an extra añejo. All it means is it spent a minimum of 3 years in a barrel. All right, so let me see. Okay, there we go. Any plans on to do more Yeah, absolutely. I'll do more shopping with the hombre. Damn, this is amazing. Okay, good. I'm glad you're enjoying the lesson. I'm here. That's what I'm here for. What's the proper temperature to drink tequila? Room temperature. I drink it at room temperature. So these people think these are refrigerators and stuff. They're not. They're just glass shelves, glass cases that have wooden shelves in them that I put lighting strips on. These are just cabinets. These aren't refrigerated. So I just keep it at room temperature here in this office. It runs about 74 degrees, right around there. What times are tough, and I just got into agave spirits. Eliminating the unreasonably priced spirits is clutch. Well, there you go. Well, check out the budget tequila series I'm doing, and watch the playlist on that. And you can pick up some inexpensive stuff. So I had a bottle of Viva Mexico that was so good when I opened it, but the next day when I had another pour, it had totally changed. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't anything like it was the day before. Well, it could be your palate too. Sometimes your palate doesn't taste things the same at different times. Go revisit it again, and you may find okay, this is the way it was the first time. It all depends too on what you had to eat, what kind of things you did that can change your palate and make it so things taste a little different. Ethan says, strange. I find it does. Usually the tequilas improve when they open up. But Viva Mexico is good. I love Viva Mexico. It's a great brand. I agree, Ethan. The bottle was a very recent one. First time I had this experience with Viva. The Viva's normally pretty solid. I'm still going to be getting my Blanco that I did with them coming in here soon. So, can you recommend a few 5-star Blancos for me? Because I tried a lot already that you've recommended. Did you try the Carrera 54? Was it a Blanco, Joe? Yeah. Was it a Viva Mexico Blanco? Yeah, Blanco. All right. Your favorite budget añejo to try? You'll have to watch the series. I don't want to give up the secret. I hate whiskey, but I do like a slightly sweet, fruity, buttery vanilla tequila. What do you recommend? I recommend if you want it aged, or you want it a Blanco. Fruity, buttery, vanilla tequila. Yeah, that can often happen with Blancos, especially if they aren't aerated and almost bottled immediately after distillation. They don't bottle. They let them sit. They always let them sit for a while. They never bottle them immediately after distillation. Any release date of Carrera Extra Añejo? I've been waiting. Please update if you got info. I don't have any information on that. It should be coming here pretty soon. I think they're pushing for Christmas on it. But when it does come, I'm sure we will have it for Ferment and Still and the Tequila Barrel and Agave Collective. So I'll let you guys know when it's coming. All right, you guys, don't forget to click the thumbs up and give me a like here for sharing all this information, giving you all this download of information and helpful tips and stuff. So just click the thumbs up. It doesn't cost you anything, and it helps out A fat bald guy here is spending his time with you. Self-deprecating fat bald guy. But somebody said, "Oh, I'm not taking tequila advice from a guy that looks like a thumb." Like, I don't look like a thumb. Come on. Seriously? People can be cruel. They're cruel. But it's okay. I have a sense of humor, so I can take it. What do you think about Tromba Blanco? I don't think anything about it. I try not to think about Tromba, so there you go. Butter, tequila, vanilla. I think Magenta. Hombre, what do you think? No. Carrera 80 proof. It's buttery, vanilla, super rich. I love it. I know people are like, "Well, you keep talking about." Well, I love it. I'm sorry. It's great. It's really buttery, really rich, super agave, cinnamon, sweet, just beautifulness. So I'm sorry if I keep bringing it up, but people keep asking me about it, or asking me about what I like, and that's where I'm at right now. So I'm sorry. Okay. But until everybody tries it, people be questioning me, and then when they try, they're, "Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I know what he's talking about now." Your favorite arete bottle to drink? I enjoy the artisanal line. I like the añejo from the artisanal suave line from Arete. Good stuff. Hey, Steve-O, thank you for the $1.99 super chat. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I love the super chats. Your favorite? LOL. How many times a week do you think? I don't think about Tromba tequila at all. Period. I just don't. It's not in my thought process. I like Magenta, but the cap on that thing is a travesty. Yeah, I've had one bottle of Magenta Blanco and one of the Repo. Tequila Hombre taking a swig there. There you go. It is not something I go back and visit. It's good. I mean, I didn't hate it, but there's just other things I'd rather drink more, I guess. So, you want aged? You want aged? Okay. You want a Repo? Have you tried Corrido? Corrido? That's a really good line. I love their añejo and Repo. Another good one too is Nueve Uno, Batch Nueve Uno. But the añejo deep is really a beautiful añejo. The Repo's pretty good too. The number 2 organic Repo is solid. And probably one of my favorite Repos is the El Luchador Repo. It's aged in white Burgundy barrels. So it has a little bit of a fruity grape punch to it, which is nice. Which, if you don't know what a white Burgundy is, it's a Chardonnay, basically. So it has nice grape and even like a sour apple kind of hint of a note to it. But it's super rich with the chocolate and vanilla and stuff too. It's amazing Repo. So I recommend, if you haven't tried the El Luchador Repo yet, pick it up, or the new 123 Organic Dose number 2. That's solid. The Corrido Repo and Añejo are really good as well. I enjoy those. Those are good ones to try. So try those and let me know what you think, okay? Do you have any mezcals that you drink? Yeah, actually, I get this whole shelf right here. Let me see. I can point the camera over to it. Here. Those are all mezcals. So yeah, I got quite a bit of mezcals. Matter of fact, tomorrow on Instagram, I'm going to have Fuego y Humo on there, where we're going to be talking about their mezcal line. It's I like I had their Tobala. Do I have it here still? I have a couple of their bottles downstairs. Let's see, where's the Fuego y Humo? Let me see where. Where is it? There it is. Yeah, there it is. This is the Tobala. It's very good. I love this. This is a really nice Tobala. It's made by Maestro Mezcalero Jose Manuel Mendez. And this is a extremely enjoyable Tobala. But I'll have them on with me on Instagram tomorrow talking about their mezcal line. The guy that's going to be joining me, I think his name's Elliot. He's really nice. And they do a good job with that. I have the Tepestate and the Espadin too that I'll be sipping on tomorrow night with them. So, does the ferment still carry the low for? They don't have the 450, the 045, but it's the same stuff. They just bottled it in different batches, so the batch number will be different, but it's still the same stuff. They only did a certain amount of bottles per batch, and so it actually then gets up to like 55 or 60 now. But it's the same juice. El Tequilano Reposado Rare, possibly. That's good. It's good. It's just it's more like it's just 6 years in a Pipon barrel. And the only reason why it can be called a repo is because in a large barrel like that, you can't do an añejo. Añejos can only be done in like the 53 gallon or 60 gallon barrel size. So like the French limousine barrels or a standard whiskey barrel are all you can use for aging up to an añejo or extra añejo. And the large Pipon barrels that they use for Reposado Rare, you can only do a Reposado in it, nothing more. I need to try that Carrera, but I live in the east side. The only place I see it is Ferment and Still. I don't know if they ship here. Where are you? What state? El Tequilano, Reposado. Okay, we did that one. And White Burgundy is the OG Chardonnay. Yeah, it's the Chardonnay. Mi gente cap, just pull on one side like you're opening a fast food fountain drink cap. There you go. Yeah, and mi gente came out with the añejo and they want to charge $200 for it. I think that's ridiculous. I'm like, what are these people thinking? It's crazy. Dos has lovely hints of chocolate. And the finish, is that from the barrel? If so, is that French toasted, or it's American oak? It's new barrel. They're new barrels. They toast them though. They do a light toast on them. But I find that the number 2 is like it has like a Mexican flan kind of sweet note. Thank you, Be Happy, for the $53 super chat. Holy smokes! Thank you. I appreciate that. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Wow, that's crazy. Oh, that's pounds. Oh, nice. Or euros. Thank you so much, Be Happy. I appreciate that. Thank you. Wow, Be Happy is my favorite person right now. Yeah, so I find it has more of like a Mexican flan, like a sweet cinnamon note to it that's got a little hint of chocolate in it. I don't find it to be too chocolatey, but more instead like a Mexican flan with kind of like a honey sweet fruit note to it, and a little hint of vanilla and chocolate that come through on it. But it's not super. But they toast their barrels. They use toasted barrels. Then it's all new wood. Oh, you're in South Carolina. Yeah, they ship to South Carolina. Yeah, you can get it from there, no problem. They ship to South Carolina. I know they do. I know some people from South Carolina order stuff. Another Carrera 54 with that donation. Yeah. Well, he's in Germany. We don't ship to Germany. I think he said he was in Germany. Yeah, because it's euros. We ship to the UK. Ferment and Still ships to the UK, but they don't ship to Germany. So, but thank you so much for that super chat, B. I love you. Yes, I agree. Those pairs very well. Yeah, it's like it does have a nice Mexican flan kind of flavor to it. Now, for those of you that smoke cigars, stogies, David Ravandi, the guy that makes the brand, he recommends using the Ramon Iones specially selected Cubano cigars and pairing that with them. That was his everyday smoke before the Cuban prices got all crazy. But he sent me a box, and I got to try it. And it does pair very well with all of the 123 organic tequilas, including the Diablito Extrañejo. So, yeah, I love that number 2. Yeah, and the number 2 is great. It's a nice, really nice reposado. And I get people all the time that think it has additives in it, but it doesn't taste like it has additives at all. Very complex, a lot of different nuances to it. It's not shallow and one-dimensional at all, which is a good sign. If something's one-dimensional, it's a good sign it's had additives in it. So you don't really need to use TMM to verify that, because they can't even verify that it is 100% additive free anyways. So when people say, oh, I only buy stuff that's on the TMM, well, it's like, well, you could be buying stuff with additives in it, because they can't even detect all the additives if someone's using them. But you can tell by taste, and it's really easy to tell, because if they're using additives, it's very one-dimensional. It's very flat, where it's just a super amount of like vanilla notes or caramel notes, and that's all you get. There's no complexity to it, and they're pretty much up in your face. So if you get that, it's syrupy and it's sweet, and all you get is vanilla and caramel and no other nuances, no other stuff coming through on it, then you're looking at something with additives in it. That's the way to tell. So do you think new categories of tequila can be made in the future? If so, would you like to see a new one? It all depends. I mean, new categories can be made if the rules get changed. I think by limiting it to the Weber Blue Agave, they limit your flavor profile to it. Being somebody who loves cooked agave, and that's one of the reasons why I like the Carrera 54 so much, is it has, if you've ever been to a distillery and bit into a piece of cooked agave, that's where the heart and soul of the tequila line should be. And I would love to see them like get to the point where they're like, maybe we should expand it and bring in some other agave, because the Weber Blue is being farmed like crazy. It's and so the quality has been going down. It's like people will tell you the agave that you're getting today is not nearly as good as it was like 10 years ago, which I seem to agree. I've tried some tequilas from before that I think were way better, but with the amount of volume that they're doing with all the new brands and stuff that are coming out, I don't think you're going to see anything new, besides maybe just changing barrels and stuff anytime in the near future. Maybe some collaboration type of stuff might come about. But I think mezcal is kind of a way to expand things beyond and just move on to mezcal with your tequila. And people go, I don't like mezcal, which is not true. Everyone likes mezcal, especially if they're drinking tequila, because tequila is a mezcal. So everyone likes it. It's just a matter of finding the one that you like the most. That's the key. And I know, Emilio, you've been having your trials and tribulations with the mezcal, and I try to guide you, and I'll continue to try to guide you, but I'm going to give you stuff based on my experience. So please try what I recommend, okay? And then we can work off that, and I can guide you further. When you go off the rails and start doing all this other stuff, that even I wouldn't do, then I can understand you get the reaction and stuff that you do, and you post about on the Discord when I see you post your stuff. So I'm here to help you if you want it. If you don't want it, then enjoy the journey, man. But don't set expectations for yourself that are unrealistic. Just focus on whether you like it or not. I mean, that's the first thing, right? So there you go. Did YouTube make you stop talking? Yes, I can't talk about it because they won't monetize anything that has tobacco related stuff on it. So I'll talk about that on Instagram, but YouTube doesn't allow it. So I don't talk about that here. We'll talk about that on Instagram. I did some research and found out that Weber Blue Agave is achy just an espadín. Is it true? No, it's not just an espadín. It's in the espadín family. Now, espadín means sword. It's sword, right? So what it means is if you look at the leaves that come out of the agave plant, they have a sword-like leaves. So Weber Blue Agave has the sword-like leaves. And so espadín also has the sword-like leaves. So they're part of the same family. They're cousins, though. They're not exactly the same because they do make tequilas or mezcals with Weber Blue Agave. So it's just a cousin. It's a cousin. It's from the Angustifolia family. So that's what Tequiliana is too. That's from the Angustifolia family. But let me show you something too. Hold on a second. Let me show you. So we know that Jalisco, they make Weber Blue Agave. They make a tequila in Jalisco. It's where most of the tequila comes from. But there's also another agave spirit made in Jalisco too. It's called Raicilla. And La Venenosa is a brand that makes a pretty solid Raicilla. And they have different agave versions of Raicilla that they do from different producers. But they did a little experimental thing that they did where they they made it is a they just called it a distillate, agave distillate, but this is made with Weber Blue Agave. So they did a run with Weber Blue Agave. So this is 40.4% alcohol by volume. But this is Weber Blue Agave made by La Venenosa, by one of their producers. And they, this one was 42.6%. So they did these little things where you can buy like a 5-bottle offering of them. So I got in on it. But this is all Weber Blue Agave. So this is Tequiliana Weber Blue. Let's just see, it says Azul on it. That La Venenosa made as a special batch that they offered probably about 5 or 6 years ago. Really enjoyable, but it's got a mezcal producer spin to it, but they just use Weber Blue Agave. So the only really difference between tequila and mezcal is that tequila is limited to you only using Weber Blue Agave, but also it's more industrialized. Tequila is way more industrialized, which I find it to become more bland. Right, the ancestral way of making tequila, I find, adds more nuances and interesting flavors to it. Yeah, there's a hint of smoke in it if the producer does it right. If it's got a lot of smoke in it, the producer had some flaws. But normally when you try a good mezcal, the tequila itself is gonna be the hero of it, and you'll enjoy a bunch of different nuances and flavors from it. And so the key is finding the right stuff. So a starting point, if you've been thinking about getting into mezcal, the starting point I recommend, and this is the reason why we picked these particular batches to offer on Ferment and Still, was for a transition for people to really start experiencing mezcal coming from tequila. We have a La Luna Weber Blue Agave Ancestral Mezcal. So this is made with Weber Blue Agave that they got from Michoacan, but it was from a tequila, producing agavero. And they did it ancestrally, and they used the tree trunk as the still, hollowed out tree trunk. It's delicious. It's really delicious. You have to give it a chance to open up when you get it, and it's amazing. Another one is the Vago Tequila Barrel and Agave Collective Vago Ensemble. It's made with like 6 different agaves in it, and it's super fruity, like berries and fruit, sweet berries and fruit, to the point where it almost tastes like bubble gum when you drink it. Really delicious, higher proof too, so you have to watch your consumption of it, because you will get silly pretty quick. And it's delicious, and there's still plenty of it left. So I recommend trying those, and then letting me know if you want to continue on the journey and try other things. Letting me know what you think about those, and then I'll know what direction kind of steer you in to try some other things that can take you on the journey to really having a good time and experiencing things. I did a group for a while where we had 5 or 6 of us that were doing mezcals, and I was leading the group through trying different mezcals and getting into different varietals of agave, and everyone had a great time, and we have converted some tequila drinkers into jumping down the mezcal rabbit hole, which I think is good. So check those out if you're interested. Pick up a bottle. You can find them on Ferment and Still, and let me know what you think if you do try them. The Vago is amazing, to the point that even Mezcal Review said it's a must-try bottle for both the aficionado as well as a new mezcal drinker. So then, which is your favorite agave for making spirits? Well, the mezcals that I enjoy the most, that I really like, Tobalas one of them. I really enjoy Tobalas. And Jabalís is another one. I love Tepastates too. A good Tepastate. Those are great. Agave as well. If I really want funky and weird and kind of different, then Maximiliana can be really, really cool and different. And you'll find a lot of those in Raicillas, and then they kind of almost have like a musty funkiness to them, which is kind of interesting. So there's some different stuff. It all depends on too, and where it's grown, and who's doing the production on it, as to whether it represents the agave species well or not. So I love mezcal. I started with mezcal. Now I'm moving into tequila with a lot of info from this channel. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome, my lung puppy. That's interesting. Where do people come up with these names sometimes? My lung puppy. Thoughts on Don Vicente XA? I will give you my thoughts on that when I do the review. I've got. What do I got over here? Let me see. Hold on. Repo. The Blanco and the Extra Nail. So I have the Repo, the Blanco, and the Extra Nail. So I'll do a review on those. I think it's the Extra Nail, or maybe it's the Nail. I think it's the XA. I'll do the review. I'll let you know when I do the review. I haven't tasted them yet. They're still closed. All my reviews, I just open them for the first time when I do the review. So, hello, hombre. Hey, Naveen. Naveen was also in my Blanco challenge. Thank you for the $1 super chat, Naveen. I appreciate that. If you haven't watched that on Instagram yet, it was a lot of fun. Naveen, Archie, and Lawrence We're all there. No, Lance. Sorry, Lance. We're all there. We had a great time doing high proof blancos. Do you like tequila with additives? No, I don't. I like additive free tequila, but I'm not a buyer into the TMM program. I don't buy that nonsense. I can tell when it's additive free and when it's not additive just by tasting it, and I can tell you how to do it. It's easy. What's your opinion on Cinco Sentidos mezcal? I love it. Matter of fact, one of the ones I haven't tried it. I haven't opened it up yet, but I'm really excited to do it. But I'll probably wait till Christmas time for this one. They should be coming out with a batch of this, I think, soon. I think it comes out normally around Christmas time or so. But it's the Mole, the Pechuga de Mole Poblano. I'm looking forward to popping this thing and enjoying it in the holiday season. But Cinco Sentidos always makes solid mezcals. But it's not really mezcals, though. I think they're considered, because they're unregistered. I think it's distillate, right? Yeah, it's agave spirit. They're not mezcals because they don't register them with the CRM. Do you ever plan to make your own? No, I don't plan on making my own agave spirits because then I'd be biased towards my own brand. But I do work with other brands on creating special expressions and stuff, and so I'll probably continue to do that. Hello, Hombre. Could you please provide some budget alternatives to Siete Leguas Ducadas? Absolutely. Try the Carrera 54 High Proof Blanco. How many people knew I was going to say that? What was that? That was a mezcal, but it's a pechuga with a mole and a poblano pepper in it. So it's supposed to be, they say it tastes like Christmas in a bottle. So I'm looking forward to trying this one. Oh, your stream just... No, that's the super chats. When they come through, I need to adjust the super chat thing. You and TMN? No, I don't got beef with them. No, I'm just a kind of a realist, and I have no beef with them at all. Do you have a bottle of tequila? Yes, I do. I have several bottles of it. No, I don't have any beef with a TMM. I just tell the truth, right? That's all. Their program, is cool, but it's not. They can't be certified because they're not authorized to certify anything. They can't call it confirmed because they can't confirm anything. They can say verified, which they can verify that to their guidelines it doesn't have additives, but there's some additives that are undetectable in a lab and so on, so they can't 100% say that it's additive free. They just can't, and they won't. If you ask Grover himself, you ask him, hey, is this certified where you can say 100% that there's no additives in this? He'll tell you no. He'll tell you no, he can't do that. I had a conversation with him about it, but people get this impression, they make up their own impressions about that it's certified additive free. There's no certification additive free. The CRT is doing something now where they're endorsing that it's additive free, and they're the only ones that can really do that because they're there during the whole process watching how everything's made. So I think TMM's great. It's a great marketing tool for helping small brands get exposure. It's definitely great for that. And the TMM app is cool. It's got a lot of good information in it, although it's not 100% accurate. And I kind of always deal with people saying, well, TMM says this, and I have to tell them that the information is incorrect. So not all the information on there is correct. They access some databases that are not updated frequently and are outdated. And that causes some issues for people at times. But it's overall, I mean, he's got a good heart for what he's trying to do. And, I appreciate them for that. But I don't buy into the TMM additive free program. I know there's brands that aren't on there that are additive free that get harassed, and they shouldn't be harassed. I don't agree with the harassing people like that that don't want to participate in the program, but some people do, and I don't approve of the harassment. There's brands that are not on the program that are definitely additive free and love what they do and are passionate about it, and it should be their right to be able to function and stuff without having to be a part of the program. Now the CRT will do it, and the CRT will have the additive free, and they're the only ones that can certify anything with tequila. Hey, Michael, Bienvenido, welcome. Glad you can make it. We were in Mexico a couple of weeks ago, and they had a smaller, and he had really pushing that Cristalino hard. Oh, Sommelier. And he was really pushing the Cristalinos hard. I haven't tried any, but I think it's nonsense. What are your thoughts on it? Cristalino is a marketing gimmick. Kind of like the history behind Cristalinos is there was a batch that was made where they over-oaked it and it was not consumable. So they ran it through a carbon filter and noticed that some of the vanilla and caramel note flavors stayed behind, and so they liked it, and so they said, hey, we can actually sell this and increase the price on it and make it so it's like a diamond, like luxury, right? We'll call it a Cristalino. And so the Mexican people, they said this is their thing. The reason why they did it is because they said the Mexican people like being able to bring something to a family gathering that has the impression of being luxurious. And so by calling it a Cristalino, they're like, makes them feel like they're bringing something luxury-wise to the family gathering where people will talk about it. And so it's a big thing in Mexico. In the U.S., it's been doing pretty good too, because people in the U.S. typically have a sweet palate when it comes to stuff like this. That's why they like the additive stuff a lot. And the additive stuff sells so well here in the United States. But it's also very smooth because a lot of the flavoring stuff's been filtered out. So it's really easy to drink, and you can do pound shots with it, and it's not going to upset anything. And so that's where basically it fits in. And I'm okay with that. If people want to drink that, that's fine. I have a couple of Cristalinos that I'll drink, but when I drink a Cristalino now, it's only because I'm watching football all day and I'm having some stogies and just going to sit and drink for a while, and I don't want to blow my palate out. So I may have a Cristalino, and the one I like is the El Tequileños Cristalino. I have that, and I have the San Matias Cristal as well, which I enjoy that one as well. Both of them don't use additives in it, but it's very weak. My wife likes the flavors that come from those too as well, because it doesn't have a harsh alcohol note to it at all, and is pretty smooth. So it is what it is. It's got its purpose, and I don't think smaller of people that enjoy a Cristalino. Where can we buy that? You can't buy it right now, but it'll come out again. I'm sure they'll do another batch of it. I'm a musician, and during breaks, musicians that I work with come up with stupid band names. My Lung Puppy was one of those dumb. Oh, okay, that's what it was. Okay, that's cool. If you could drink 3 tequila bottles for the rest of your life, which bottles would you choose? Oh, really? You're going to limit me to 3 for the rest of my life? I don't know. I may jump off a building and just end it, if that's the... Love fight. Yes, Cinco Sentidos makes good stuff. Gotta go. Great stream. Great. Thank you, Beyond Barrels. I'm glad you appreciate it. Thank you for making those amazing staves. Hey, El Mexico! El Mexico just disappears and appears as he wishes because he's magic. He's in El Mexico. All right, so anything else we want to talk about? Don't forget to click the thumbs up, guys. Give me a like for sharing all this information with you today. Helping you guys out, giving you all kinds of great stuff. And if people want to know like a good resource for stuff that I believe is additive free, if you look at Ferment and Still, everything they offer, those are all additive free brands, and no diffuser brands on there as well. So everything there is good quality. You can't buy a bad bottle of tequila on Ferment and Still. And that's because I curate it. I pick everything on there. And it's and that's one thing we pride ourselves on. Yeah, you are super late. I'm about ready to wrap it up. Excuse me. I've been talking a lot and my throat's getting dry now. And now that I pull these Weber Blue La Venenosas out, I think I want to sit down and drink them a little later today. These are all Weber Blue Agave. It's like tequila. Boss, what do you think of Rio Minero Mezcal? You don't have to call me boss, dude. You can just call me Mark or Hombre. Rio Minero, I like it. It's good quality, but it's ancestral, so it's gonna have they use clay pots and stuff with the distillation on it. It's old school. It's good. I love Rio Minero. I've got some of the Rio Minero stuff up here. I got the Espadín Barril, I think, right there. It's good. I love Rio Minero. Do you anytime soon plan on doing self-aged tequilas? Absolutely. Yeah, I do the aging projects all the time. I'm going to start doing a series on aging your own tequila, so you guys might want to watch that. Make sure if you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe and watch, because I was showing you how to do taking blancos and making your own aged expressions with it, where they'll taste similar to what you'd find in some good repos and añejos and extra añejos. So, but I do it with Beyond Barrel aging staves. I fell in love with these things when I first started using them, like the Lagrimas I showed you guys earlier. For those of you that were here, or whatever, this is the Lagrimas, latest Lagrimas Blanca with an aging stave in it. So this right now is probably I'd say probably similar to a repo and añejo flavor wise that you normally would find out on the shelf somewhere. But I'm going to let it go for a while and make it a nice, that would be awesome. Well, I'm going to do it. We're going to do an aging series. So it'll be a lot of fun. And you guys can join along on the aging projects. That'd be fun too. I would love to hear how your projects come out. What is your take on tequila Sammy Hagar used to produce called Cabo Wabo? Have you ever tried that? Yeah, actually I have. Matter of fact, hold on a second. Gosh darn it. I'm all tied up around this chair now. Oh, what did I do? Okay, let's unclip. Oh, that's what. All right, let's see. Here we go. I got some of the old Cabo Wabo, the good stuff. So this is a good bottle, and then I've got the one with the rainbow light tower and stuff. I got a bunch of the old stuff is really good. The new stuff is garbage. It's really bad, undrinkable. After Sammy sold it, they just ruined it. So I wouldn't touch any of this Cabo Wabo stuff now. But the old stuff, if you can find old bottles like that one I showed you, then grab them. They're good. I'm looking forward to the rest of the budget series. Yeah, we're going to do more budget stuff. So we'll have a bunch of different budget options I'm going to be posting. So what's the difference between conventional and ancestral made tequila when it comes to flavor? I don't know. Personally, I think ancestral tequilas, well, depends. If it's a true ancestral tequila versus a mock ancestral tequila, but I think a true ancestral tequila, like if you tried the La Luna, this one here, as they say in Mexico, más sabor, man, more flavor, lots more flavor, a lot more complexity to it. If you haven't picked up a bottle of this La Luna on Ferment and Still, I mean, I know, Mr. Odoms, that you purchased from Ferment and Still. Pick up this bottle. It's the La Luna. It's called the Temporada de Lluvias, because it happened in during the rainy season in Michoacan that they made this. It's amazing, and the complexity is crazy good. So this, since it's made in the area where it is in Michoacan, it actually is in the DO for tequila. So if they registered their distillery with the CRT, this could have been called the tequila. But because it was registered with the CRM, the agency that certifies mezcal, it can't be called tequila. It's called mezcal instead. But it would fit under the same guidelines as a tequila, and could be a tequila if it was done registered with the right organization. So thank you, Be Happy. Thank you so much again for the super chat. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for support. I do appreciate it. And right now we're looking at 2:30. So I've done an hour and a half already. So I think I'm about ready. I'm about ready to be done. So if you guys give me a like for the information I share with you today, click the thumbs up button. Help a bro out. And I think I'm going to wrap this up now. I've been talking for a long time. I'm ready to take a break now and go take care of some things, take care of some business. So, like I always say, life is too short to drink bad tequila. So keep following my reviews. Make sure you subscribe here. Watch the videos. Come join me on the live streams. Hopefully, we'll see you tomorrow night on Instagram with Fuego y Humo Mezcal brand. We're going to be talking to Elliot there, and that's going to be great. And then hopefully we'll see you here too a week from Friday, a week from tomorrow, where Curiosity Public's going to come on and do an Añejo blind challenge. That's going to be a lot of fun. So hopefully you guys will join us for that. 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 10 Eastern, a week from Friday. So have a great weekend, you guys. Have some great tequila and watch my reviews. Pick up some bottles of the stuff I recommend. If you haven't picked up the Carrera, wait till tomorrow. Try the Carrera 54 when the special hits tomorrow. And let me know what you think if you try it. So far, everyone that's tried it said that they loved it. So, all right, guys. Like I always say, life is too short to drink bad tequila. So try some of the stuff I recommend, and you'll try some great tequila. Salute. Bye, guys.